on YouTube. Okay, we're live. We're live on YouTube now. Yeah. This is my message to my brother Omoyele Sowore. Good evening, soldier. I know you'll be enjoying with your family right now. Maybe not where you want to be or how you want it to be, but freedom is freedom. Nonetheless, not as if they're supposed to offer it to us. No, we shouldn't be thanking them for giving us freedom because we're born free. I know you understand that. Greetings. My regards to your family. Please, I'm an ardent follower of yours. I followed you for a long time. I've followed the Sahara reporters and I've read much about you, so much about you, your background and all that. And during the 2019 election, I was contacted by someone in Istanbul to join the article team. I flatly refused, and it was during the PDP primaries. I should join the social media team. I refused. I turned it down. And if anyone thinks it's a lie, just contact me and I'll give you the person's name. I wouldn't want to divulge the person's information publicly unless he wants me to. So that to show that I understand the political landscape of Nigeria. I know what's going on. I know how the system is. And when you were arrested, even when you called for, we started the revolution now. I was one of the people, I belong to the group. I've even made a video in that same group. You can check the archive. Check the archive on the group. You will see some of my videos, and I've got to know a lot of people from the Orange movement. I don't know if we should use that word. I've got to know a lot of people from there. They can attest to it. Why I'm saying all this is this. I don't want you to see me as an enemy or any of your followers to see me as an enemy. I just want to offer what I think is an advice you should take to heart. Please tell anyone that serves as your surrogate, whether solicited or unsolicited, to drop anything about the breakup of Nigeria. It may make some people feel nice. It may make some people feel like saying it will give them some form of, I don't understand, I don't know the right word, but you make them feel good, like they can, say that, talk to power, talk to authorities, push things. But it's a wrong move, and if that thing is not quelled, if you don't address it, you will have two factions that will that will arise from the movement, from within the movement. And it may be difficult to hold them back together. Please let them understand that the expulsion of certain tribes from the Buhari's administration shouldn't be our worry. Those people were part of the system that stopped you from appearing on the debate stage. No disrespect to the other candidates that are not from PDP and APC, but they were kind of a bunch of, I don't want to use the word. Or should I say they weren't all that serious. They had no message to get to the masses. They outlined the problems, just the cliche, the same thing they keep, the same way they keep recycling. But they feel that if they are not members of PDP or APC, that the people would believe that they are not part of the system. But when you look deep into it, they've benefited one way or another from the system. And that's what made you stand out in that election. You were a threat to them. Your message hit them hard. They can't say you are speaking in defense of one person unjustly against the other. And we share that same ideology. We share that's quality. I'm a Nigerian. I'm an Igbo man first, but my Igbo-ness is rooted in Pan-Africanism. There is nothing like a Nigerian, it doesn't exist. But we are one black people. You understand that, but make it known to any people, any person that acts like a surrogate to you. Make it known to them that you are not for anything that will any movement that will call for the breakup of Nigeria. It's a poison chalice. The moment you do that, they will charge you. They will, in fact, they've charged you for a treasonable felony or whatever. I don't know the term they are using, but I know it's treason. That time they will feel that they have some level of justification to do that. And a lot of people will be bogged down into debating whether what you said was treasonous or not. And we will lose the message. Please tell them to stop it. The other group the last group that threatened the powers of Abuja didn't say it. And it's basically destroying them. You meeting with Nnamdi Kanu was a great move. I called for it right before the 2019 election. I've been calling for it for a long time. The moment Nnamdi Kanu was released from prison, I called for the two movements to unite. But because Nigerians are too emotional, too thin-skinned, too narrow-minded, I'm sorry to say it, they think too narrowly. Maybe that's why most of them find me obnoxious. They view me that way. But I have this deep-seated anger. Each time I see people making the same mistake over and over again, and you're trying to tell them how this is going to end, knowing fully well that it must certainly end that way. They don't want to listen. It gets one angry. So please, continue on the path. It's time to unite Africa, time to forge a new alliance. Look at what's happening in the Middle East. Look at what's happening in the USA and Europe. The world has changed, the world has moved on. There is no other movement that can carry this message other than the Revolution Now movement. IPOB have the structure. The group has the structure, but they've been taken out of the game. Now continue working to find a way to unite both crowds. I mean, the people that believe that we can still salvage Nigeria. Not necessarily that Nigeria should be one, but what's the alternative? And can it be achieved? The truth is it can't. And the people that own Nigeria would plunge it into a war. If it's not a religious war, it will be a multi-tribal one. This time around, it will not be the Igbos against and the other people. It may be the South versus the North. At that point, what happened to the people of the North Central? They are already political bastards as it is right now. The people in the South who should have built an alliance with them still see them as these core extremists you have up there in the North. They need to have it explained to them. You have the platform. Sahara Reporters is there. You have everything it takes. You have them where you want them. Please do not snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Don't fall for it. Find a way, tell your lawyer, your attorney, tell him you can meet behind closed doors with the government of President Muhammad Buhari. They drop all those silly charges. In exchange, you don't press for a counter charge. Don't sue for damages. It may sound well, it may sound nice, but it will bog you down in the mud. 2023 is around the corner. It's time to take this message to the schools, to the secondary school. They never stopped you from going to the market. They never stopped you from going to the streets to preach, but they couldn't allow you speak in the university. Why? Because they know that that's where the people that will change the system is. Already we've had students suffer repercussions just by mentioning your name, putting it on a paper. Even lecturers, a lecturer got reprimanded. That's the one that we know of. What about the other ones we don't get to know? We don't get to hear. We wouldn't hear. It's happening. Do not fall for anything that will destroy what you built. When your wife appeared on CNN, I looked at that. I don't trust the channel, but I know that people put strings. I know what it takes to get Cory Booker to put his name on paper. I know that people have made campaign contributions. And the last one that they signed that made the president to release you, of course, you know that they released you begrudgingly. They had no choice. But please, whoever it is that pulled those strings, keep them at arm's length. You really don't need them. The movement was already at full steam. They will still have released you, but it may have taken a bit longer. Let me tell you why they pulled those strings. You were taken in the court, inside the courtroom. If they didn't stand and fight against it, they themselves will fall victim of the same tactic. It will set a precedence. Already, the man is up against them. President Muhammadu Buhari, no matter what people think about him, he is a British trained ex-soldier, a general. Millions of people have served in the Nigerian army, but only few have managed to reach the rank of a general. But he did. He ruled Nigeria as a military head of state and came back as a civilian too. That should tell you that he is a man of strong pedigree. I'm sure you are not ignorant enough to underestimate him. He is not dumb. He may not speak good English. He may not sound coherent sometimes, but deep down inside him, he's still a soldier. He still has that training that they gave him. So he knows that if he doesn't deal with these people, when he leaves office, if they manage to get to power, they will come for him. Dasuki is not going to forgive. Neither would the other people he has stepped on. That TSA account alone destroyed a lot of people, which you and I know. He is trying to revoke oil wells. That's the fight that nobody is talking about. The mining sector could send them into a bitter war. Not a single person on the Nigerian media is saying anything about it. The privatization scam that Obasanjo ran is still causing rancor. That system is not sustainable. He knows it. He's after them. He's bent on destroying them. I know how he thinks because sometimes we think alike. When we are out for revenge, we follow it to the end, to the letters. Because an enemy left alive in the battlefield could destroy you tomorrow. He knows it. That's why he's after them. If they didn't fight for you to be released, they themselves will suffer the same fate. They had no choice. They didn't do it because they like you or they love you. Please, you don't need them. You can talk straight to the Council on Foreign Relations. You can meet the Chatham House directly. You and I know that those people are the ones that write the foreign policies of the people that own Nigeria. So go ahead of those people, and of course I'm talking about the Atiku crowd and co. Go ahead of them. You don't need them. Jump them over. Make those people understand that you are not going to destroy their corporate interests. When they say national interest, they mean corporate interest. Tell them that if they bring a good deal, everyone will go home happy. That they would have to tell these old heads to get off positions of power. They don't need them. You can see what's happening already in the Middle East, in the Persian Gulf. The power has changed. Get them to understand that they really don't need to use threats from one particular tribe against the whole country to get what they need in Nigeria. They could still get it by removing these idiots in power. Make sure that it's a free and fair election. Let the good hands prevail. Let the better men win. That way, those people who work for the people, they themselves will still get what they want in that country. Tell them we know that the same people who ran slavery still control Nigeria. Geo Halliburton was a slave ship captain. And those days, when they say British Navy, they mean pirates, criminals, armed robbers, sponsored by big men, by the monarchies, by the ruling aristocrats of Europe, to go to Africa to steal the resources, kidnap people. The capital they were using them were human beings. Now we are being replaced by machines. Capitals move from human beings to natural resources. Joe Halliburton used to land on the Bonny Island to take slaves back to Britain. Today, Halliburton is a big player in the Nigerian energy sector. Go to Bonny Island today, everyone knows them. Tell them we know these things, but we are not out for revenge. We are not smelling any blood. We don't want to fight. We just want a fair system. If our place is good, we wouldn't need to be migrating to Europe. If our coming to Europe is just for holiday, we'll go back. No one wants to leave their homeland. This is say you should be given to them instead of falling into this trap of calling for the division of Nigeria. No, they will not support any dissolution of Nigeria. They won't. And you falling for that trap, don't take that bait. You will be offering your opponents, people who don't love you, ammunition. And you be damn sure they will use it. And when they use it, they will make an example of you to make sure that no one else rises to challenge them that way. You and I know that you are a threat to the establishment in Nigeria. You are a threat to their powers. They heard revolution, they saw blood because that's the only thing they've known about revolution. You started a revolution of the mind. Keep fighting it that way. It may take a little while, but at the end, you will surely prevail. At the end, that idea will not die. It's time to reach across Africa. In every country in Africa, you have people standing up to the powers that control them. From Julius Malema in South Africa to Bobby Wine in Uganda, and the guys in Burundi that we don't know about, and the French-speaking Africans. Because we don't hear French, we don't get to see what's going on there. Look at Burkina Faso, the entire government stepped down. Something is brewing, something is happening. Let us take full advantage of it and may good health prevail. Thank you. Yeah, guys on YouTube. Yeah, Linda Umede was in there. Chiemelie Onunkwo. Yeah, we ended it on this thing anyway. We've ended it on Facebook. So, guys, I thank you for joining me. Write your name and where you're joining from. And how did I do? Chimebere. So tell me, how did I do? Did I do well? I know you people are biased. Come on, I'm just trying to massage my ego. Oh, guys, please, thank you for joining me. I don't want to make the video look somehow or that, segue to another thing. I will have to end it and I'll come back again. If not here, it should be on Facebook. Please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. They may take us out on one social media platform, but we will still be connected on another. Please subscribe if you haven't, turn on the notification bell and help me share with friends and family. Frank, you did more than well. Yeah. Thanks, bro. I hope the message gets to him. Please let me share the message to your friends and family, to groups you belong to. Please, guys, let me share it, okay? Thank you, everyone. Bye.